So I'm so excited. I've got Tracy Munro with me here. Cheers, Tracy.
Cheers.
And we're going to be talking today about mindful menopausing. So just to put it in context, unfortunately, statistics suggest that 7 out of 10 of us, or women in particular, are stuck in a stress cycle. That means that we're not taking enough time to just recharge. We're stuck in that flight, fight, or freeze, operating from the reptilian brain and not getting a chance to tap into something called the parasympathetic system, which Tracy knows all about because she does a lot of mindful work with women during menopause, the system which allows us to rest and recharge. And we all know what it's like living in today's society, and particularly for women in menopause, we often call it a sandwich generation. So we're looking after elderly relatives, we've got teenagers, we're trying to run a career in a busy household. And actually a lot of statistics also show us that we're doing all the childcare and all of the domestic duties as well. So there's a lot of pressure on women. And we all know that the drop in hormones, the drop in estrogen, which actually is a regulator for cortisol, can make things even harder. We have more of the stress hormones circulating. Menopause affects every part of the body, including the brain. So the neurotransmitters also get affected, and it can cause more stress, anxiety, and emotional dysregulation. So it's even more important at this stage to have some kind of regular practice, not saving up for a holiday, but doing little things. And I know Tracy's going to be talking to you about this, little daily habits which allow us to tap into that system of rest and digest. Okay, so I'm going to ask, give you a bit of background on Tracy, and then she's going to share with us some amazing tips for being more mindful in menopause. So welcome, Tracy. Thank you for coming. So tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get into supporting women around this important transition?
When I went to college, I was trained as a beauty therapist.
Oh, yes.
And so I have always attracted unknowingly midlife women.
Sure.
And they would, so many of these women were saying to me they're having problems with stress, anxiety, and they just weren't feeling like themselves.
Sure.
I remember that being a common theme, and I would help them with wellness practices and ways to sleep better. But it wasn't until I went through it myself that I realised that it was actually the menopause.
Yeah, which is often what happens with women, isn't it? That you sort of fall into it, but you don't all have all the practices in place to cope with it, do you? No.
And until a few years ago, it wasn't really recognised, was it?
No, exactly. And it often starts a lot earlier as well, isn't it, in perimenopause? Okay, perfect. So what has been, would you say, because obviously you're going through the menopause like me, what's been your biggest challenge during the menopause, would you say?
My biggest challenge was when I was 42, I went to my doctor. Now that's sort of 16 years ago now. And I went to the doctor with a list, as long as my arm, that was on the internet, of all the symptoms I had. And I'll always remember it, Laura. He looked at his screen and he said to me, "You're too young to be going through the menopause." So I came away, I thought, oh, okay, because I'd been taught that doctors always know the best, you know. So I came away, and then I thought, well, if it isn't the menopause, what is it? Like, what could it be? So in those days, you could get a doctor's appointment face to face, and also your doctor had a day off.
Yes.
So I came up with a master plan to go on his day off. So I did.
Yeah.
And my biggest struggle was night sweats at the time. I was waking up 2-3 times at night, having to change my pajamas, the bedding, it was horrendous. So I went back on his day off, and I said to the doctor, by the time I got to his office, I was crying. And I said to him, look, I just can't sleep. And he said, I think you're depressed.
Yeah, typical.
I said, I know my body, I'm not depressed, I just need sleep. Had 2 growing children, you know, busy life, and just couldn't cope really because of the lack of sleep. So he put me on a drug called clonidine, which is a blood pressure tablet. And my blood pressure was actually normal when he took it, and I've always run low on blood pressure even when I was pregnant. So took that tablet for a while. He wanted to see me in 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks I skipped back into his office and I'm pretty sure he was almost writing out the prescription for the antidepressants, you know,
just ply you with drugs and not look at the symptoms.
Exactly. Over a period of time, once I felt better, then I started to put practices in place myself. But when I was feeling that low, sometimes you just need something, don't you, to help you.
Definitely. But hopefully we can help you guys to put these practices in place, so you don't need to necessarily.
That's why I do the work I do, because I'm passionate about getting it out to other women.
Exactly. That's perfect. So you've prepared some tips for us, which I'm so excited to hear about. Some daily practices that we can do. So do you want to share with us your wisdom?
I will do. I've got some mindful menopause tips.
Oh, amazing.
And the reason that I've developed those is 47% of us are actually thinking about something else other than what we're actually doing.
I know.
And
autopilot,
don't we all
baby.
resonate with that? So first thing is if you're in a queue of traffic or in a queue in a supermarket, I'd like you to just feel into your feet and feel grounded, and actually just start to breathe and notice your breath come in and out of your body. And in that way, a queue can become a blessing.
Yes, definitely.
Because you take those few moments instead of, we all do it, scrolling on the phone, just go back into ourselves. Because what I've found as well, just a little bit of background of why this is so important, is like years ago we would have been or had periods of boredom, and we would have watched maybe the raindrops coming down the window, or I remember pulling up a chair to my mum's washing machine and watching it go around, because there wasn't this constant feed of things to us. So my next tip is, and this is one that I've always used with my ladies, is the second tip is an evening ritual. Now, because I'm a skin therapist, I'm big on doing a skin routine in the evening and doing that mindfully. So feeling the soft cloth on your skin, the warmth of the water, give your face a little massage.
Sounds
and
nice.
Just go slowly.
Definitely the word slowly, definitely.
And add to that, write your to-do list before you go to bed. And anything that's going around in your mind, especially like Laura said, if you've got fractious teenagers or maybe elderly parents that are causing quite a lot of stress, just write down your thoughts so they come out of here onto paper.
You don't want to be carrying those around with you before you sleep.
No, because then you'll get more restful sleep.
No, that's
as
a really good tip.
So, and then my third one might not be too popular, but it's a really good one if you can do it. Get up slightly earlier in the morning. And even if it's 5-10 minutes, to have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and make the coffee or tea and make it into a little ceremony, little ritual, and then sit down with it and look at it, smell it, taste it,
that mindful practice,
feel it, just use all your senses and just think about that cup of coffee at that time, nothing else.
About just that single point of focus, isn't it?
Peace.
Lovely.
So my next one is one that we're not very good at as menopausal women, is to speak kindly to ourselves.
Oh gosh, that berating voice that we have, particularly when the confidence slips as well.
And when you look in the mirror, you might be looking just at the wrinkles instead of your beautiful eyes. It's just reframe it and flip that script. So if there is something that you're thinking, say for example, I'm fat, I've been there, I've thought that, and how about looking at it that my body's birthed two beautiful children?
Definitely.
And just reframing the thoughts that are going around in our mind.
Definitely.
And the next one is affirmations. I am good enough.
I definitely agree with those.
I create space for myself because I'm worthy.
Now having some nice affirmations, definitely. And we know about the rewiring of the brain. You can do it at any time now because of neuroplasticity. So it's important to try and reframe, definitely.
And it's a good thing because then your energy starts to raise.
Yes.
And then you start to give out that vibration. Yes. And then the people around you start to have that vibration. Yeah. And going back to my morning routine, I had one lady who said that her children were always really upset in the mornings, like didn't want to go to school, rah, rah, rah. And I said to her, go down, have a mindful cup of coffee, put on some of your favourite music, and then see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Change her morning.
Definitely. No, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my last one is to ask for help.
Oh yeah, we don't do that enough in menopause, do we? This is why I think community is so important, and all the work you're doing with your retreats and everything.
Because so 1 in 4 women feel like they can't cope.
Yeah. No, it's
and
true.
The biggest rate of suicide is in the 45 to 55 age group. So we need to ask for help, and we need to flip the script on that and look at that as being a strength and not a weakness.
Yeah, definitely. No, I totally believe it. Those are some amazing tips. Thank you so much.
That's all right. You're welcome.
So, more importantly, how do people get to work with you then? Tell us about your programs and all the one-to-one stuff that you do. Yeah. And then you've got an amazing prize as well that you're going to be donating as part of our challenge. Don't forget that, people. If you bring 2 friends, then you get the opportunity to be put in the raffle draw at the end of the program, and you may win one of these amazing things. So you're going to tell us about that as well, aren't you?
I am. So I do Hit the Pause and Retreat. So they're retreat afternoons at the moment, but they're going through a bit of a revamp. But I invite women to come along and spend the afternoon with me, and the women always feel so held, and the connection is so important.
Amazing.
And that's something we lose a lot, or we have lost by perimenopause often.
Definitely.
And to connect and share stories, because we're all going through similar, or we can resonate with what other people are going through.
Definitely.
I also do a Hit the Pause and Reiki session at my home, one-to-one as a retreat day.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that if people can't make the group one, we can do it at
got the option. Yeah, perfect.
But the offering I have given you, Hit the Pause and Restore, is a one-to-one where I do a coaching. It's a 90-minute session. It's coaching and then Reiki. And sometimes people need more Reiki. Sometimes they need more of the connection and chatting. So I just do whatever feels that person needs. Yeah, of course.
Oh, amazing.
I use sound and
lovely. Amazing.
It's a really relaxing.
Definitely want to win that from them people. Brilliant. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to tell anyone?
The only other thing is, if you're suffering with your skin and you'd like a skincare routine or some skincare guidance, please reach out, because I've done it, as I say, since I left college. So if you're after a skincare consultation, we can arrange that.
Amazing.
And all of that information's on my website, which will be
post on all the attachments. Brilliant. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed our chat. I've definitely enjoyed it, and I've really picked up some amazing tips, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay, anytime. Bye folks.
Bye.